Good morning, students. Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is chemical reaction. So, what is chemical reaction? Chemical reaction is a process in which one or more substances, that is the reactants, are converted to one or more different substances, that is the products. Substances are either chemical elements or compounds. A chemical reaction basically rearranges the constituent atoms of the reactants to create different substances as products. That means we can say that the composition and properties of products that is being formed by reactants are completely different from the properties and composition of reactants. Like here, chemical reactions are used in many ways in daily life. A chemical reaction is the process by which a chemical change happens. All chemical reactions are also accompanied by changes in energy. Now, two terms came, that is reactants and products. You all know that reactants are what? That which take part, the substances which take part in a chemical reaction. And products is what? Products is the substances which are being formed by the reactants are called products. Now these reactants and products, we write reactants on the left hand side and product on the right hand side. So we have studied this in standard 7 also. So in your book, one example is there that hydrogen plus oxygen gives out water. So hydrogen and oxygen are the reactants and water is your product. Why? Because you know that we are taking hydrogen and oxygen for any chemical reaction to occur, and what is being formed? Water is formed. So that is your product, and hydrogen and oxygen are taking for a chemical reaction. So these are the reactants. We write reactants on the left hand side. We give plus sign for the separation of one or more substances, and then we give arrow for the separation of reactants and products, so that we can identify that which one is reactant and which one is product. So reactants, we write it in the left hand side, and products, we write it in the right hand side. And in the third point, you can see that all chemical reactions are also accompanied by changes in energy. So during any chemical reaction, when any chemical reaction occurs, so energy in the form of heat or light or sound is either absorbed or evolved. So in any chemical reaction, energy is either absorbed or evolved. So this cooking of food is a chemical change. So during cooking, many reaction takes place. All the tastes and chemical structure changes. So it is not possible to get back these raw materials, like which you can see here, the egg and flour which we make chapati, these from the cooked food. Therefore this cooking of food is a chemical reaction. Okay, it is a chemical change. Now few more examples. Other chemical reactions release energy in the form of heat, light and sound, such as the burning of wood in a campfire. I told you example that energy is released or absorbed. Now chemical reaction happen at different rates. Some chemical reactions are fast, such as when rocket fuel burns. This is the fast reaction. Other chemical reactions happen slowly, such as the formation of rust on a corroding bicycle or chain. One more example, the chemical reactions in your own body which are keeping you alive are among the fastest chemical reactions known. There are 3 metabolic reactions given in your book which you have to see: that digestion of starch, digestion of fats, and digestion of proteins. All these metabolic reactions occur by a specific enzyme, and these enzymes are very highly specific in their action. So when digestion of starch occur in your body, only amylase enzyme will take part in that particular metabolic reaction. Like that, only lipase will take part in digestion of fats. And the last, that is digestion of proteins, in that which enzyme will take part? So pepsin, trypsin and peptidases are responsible, or are those enzymes which digest the proteins. So these are the enzymes which are helpful for the metabolic reactions. So scientists are constantly working to find new kinds of reactions in order to produce new substances with useful properties. All chemical reactions involve the conversion of starting materials, and we call it reactants, into new substances called products. The products have different properties than the reactants. It has different composition, different properties than the reactants. So now we are going to discuss about the factors favoring a chemical change. So we are going to discuss about factors favoring a chemical change. So there are 7 factors which are responsible and which favors a chemical change. So the first factor is contact between the reacting substances. So we can see that for any chemical change to occur, the reacting substances should be brought in contact. Like for example, one example is given, that is when zinc and hydrochloric acid are placed separately, they do not react. So for any reaction to occur, you have to put some zinc granules in hydrochloric acid. So you can see that I put some of the zinc granules in dilute hydrochloric acid. What will happen? Zinc chloride is formed and hydrogen gas is released. So for this reaction to take place, we need to put some of the zinc granules in test tube. So contact is a factor. Means any chemical reaction to occur, the reacting substances, that is zinc and hydrochloric acid, should be brought in contact. This is the first condition. The second condition is solution or medium. That is, many changes or chemical changes need medium, such as water, to occur. Like for example, baking powder contains solid sodium hydrogen carbonate, NaHCO3, and tartaric acid. These compounds do not react when in dry powder form. A vigorous reaction between the two takes place when the powder is added into water. One more example is given in your book, that is solid sodium chloride and solid silver nitrate. Both the substances, when present in solid form, it do not give any reaction. But when we make aqueous solution of these solids, a reaction occur where a white precipitate of silver chloride formed and sodium nitrate solution remain there. So this is all about solution or medium. Now the third point, that is heat. So many reaction takes place when heating occurs. Only when heat you supply to a particular substances. Like for example, one is very example is given in your book, that is iron and sulfur. So when you are having iron and sulfur in solid form and in the test tube only, and if you heat it, what happened? Iron sulfide is formed, right? One more reaction, like in color change reaction, you can see that when you heat lead oxide, red lead oxide, it changes into yellow lead monoxide, right? So that reaction also occur when you supply heat to the particular substances. Then the fourth reaction is light. So some reactions takes place only in the presence of light, and we call such type of reaction photochemical reaction. Photo means light and chemical reaction. So one is very important reaction, that is photosynthesis. It takes place only in the presence of sunlight. You know that how plants prepare food in the presence of sunlight, and what process occurs? Photosynthesis. One more reaction is given, that is when hydrogen and chlorine reacts in the presence of sunlight only to give hydrogen chloride. So this is the fourth condition. Now fifth condition is electricity. So some of the reactions caused when electricity is passed with a reaction. We call such type of reaction electrochemical reaction. Electro means electricity. So reaction is given, that is if you have a acidulated water and if you supply electricity to it, you can see that hydrogen and oxygen gas released. It decomposed into hydrogen and oxygen. The sixth condition is pressure. Certain reactions takes place when pressure is applied on the chemical reaction. So an increase in pressure may also lead to a chemical change, like crackers explode when struck with a hammer, right? So this is also one of the important conditions. Now seventh is catalyst. You all know what is catalyst. A substances which increases the reaction rate without getting consumed in the process, that is catalyst. So the presence of a suitable catalyst in the reaction makes the reaction proceed faster. Okay, like for example is given of potassium chloride. If you heat it at 600 degrees Celsius, potassium chloride and oxygen gas released, which is a slow reaction. But if you add a catalyst, that is manganese oxide, to the reaction, potassium chloride decomposed into potassium chloride decomposed into potassium chloride and oxygen gas released, which is a fast reaction. Why this reaction proceeds faster? Because we added catalyst into this particular reaction. So this is all about the conditions which favors a chemical change. So this is all about for today's video. If you have any doubt, please comment in the comment box. Please read all the conditions nicely. We will discuss about the next topic in the coming video. So thank you so much.